The man I once knew, Mr. Bruce Lee.
What's up, YouTubians?
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
Good morning, good noon, good evening, and good night.
Greetings.
However, whenever you're watching this, we appreciate you because you already know time is expensive.
Thank you for tuning in.
And thank you for subscribing. But if you're here for the first time, this show is about anything and everything
Creative.
Anything that sparks your creativity in whatever medium you dabble in.
Yes, expressing your creative soul.
And welcome to another episode of Creativity
Unsheathed.
I'm obviously Will.
And I'm Nino.
And yes, we're brothers.
Yes, we are.
And this is the show where we feel
That we should all have patience.
patience is a virtue.
Yes, I know it's hard to have patience these days because everybody wants it so fast.
Then look at the ones with the longevity, the ones who actually put in the work.
Yeah.
Their legacy will be remembered.
Yeah.
You know, more than just a fast life.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
But the fast don't last. Put in quality work, honest work. It is what it is for different situations.
Mm-hmm.
It's fair to say people need the money right now when times are hard.
And while we're talking about this, and what we're looking in today is Dragon.
Hell yeah, man.
We finally came around to a Bruce Lee film. It's more of like a Linda Lee Cadwell story, you know, like her love letter to him.
Took it from her book.
Yeah, exactly.
The man I once knew, Mr. Bruce Lee.
Yeah, it was based off of her book, but I mean, I feel like the timeline in this movie was not accurate, and the actors that portrayed or interacted in Bruce's life didn't seem accurate.
Yeah,
you know?
They had to change name.
Yeah, you know. I mean, I don't know if this timeline was written the way just for story's sake.
Mhm.
It felt like it was Linda's journey through her eyes of how she saw Bruce, and
Yeah.
you know, even though we got perspectives and actions through him, you know, we didn't really see a lot.
It's like the highlights that Bruce had in his life. It's like Linda was there for it, right? And his highs and lows
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
of Bruce Lee being a star. Like, whoa, I married a movie star.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm gonna write like, oh, this is the
And-
experiences I've had.
Yep. And like the overall theme of patience,
Mhm.
you know, it's like patience of being your spouse and the struggles
Yeah.
and of making it.
Yeah, the rocking of the relationship.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know, understanding, you know, the grind and but trying to do your best to keep that faith.
Yeah.
You know, and knowing how hard it was for Bruce and being an Asian actor, you
Mhm.
know, in Hollywood and trying to make a name and being paid less on, you know, on the set of Green Hornet.
Yeah,
You know,
yes, for
and
sure.
just because he's Asian and
Mhm.
you know, when he had to do signings, he had to keep the mask on, or
Yeah.
just appearances anywhere. You know, it's like he couldn't fully express who he was.
Mm-hmm. Said it felt like a robot.
Yeah.
During that time in
Right.
Hollywood.
You know, blessing in disguise that the show ended.
24 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was promised Kung Fu. The legend continues, but they gave that to Carradine.
Yeah, David Carradine.
And there's a scene in there where they're watching it. I don't know if that was real or just for the movie, but that's to be some shit, right?
Yeah, man, for real. I mean, I think what's cool in pop culture though, that Bruce Lee was to demonstrate his martial arts on an episode of Batman,
Yes.
right?
66 Batman.
Right, fighting against Robin.
Hell
and,
yeah.
Like, that's the first on-screen ever of like Bruce Lee fighting. You know.
Yeah, for sure. Superhero versus superhero, you know what I mean?
That heartache, you know, led him to having the roles back in Hong Kong.
Yeah,
you
for
know.
sure.
You know, it was all blessing in disguise as far as in Hong Kong, the Green Hornet was dubbed the Kato Show.
Yeah,
you know,
for sure.
And then he has a fan base back in Hong Kong, which led him to do those movies, you know, Big Boss.
Big Boss, Fist of Fury, Chinese Connection.
And the one that he got to write and direct
Yeah,
himself,
Way the Dragon.
Way the Dragon.
For sure.
You know.
With the famous fight with Chuck.
Mm-hmm.
In this timeline of the Dragon, you don't see cameos of like, you know, an actor portraying as Chuck Norris or
Yeah.
like John Saxon or Black Belt Jones.
Yep.
You know, hence doing those movies.
Or Kareem.
Or exactly, Kareem, knowing he was a good friend of Bruce.
Right? No Danny Inosanto.
Yeah, no Danny, no, that's a good one. Maybe if Kareem was there, maybe he would want to pay out. Hey, you're portraying me.
Yeah. I mean, we did get a loose portrayal of Bruce Lee's first student, Jesse Glover.
Rest in peace.
Rest in
Yes.
peace, Jesse Glover. I mean, the guy who supposedly portrayed Jesse Glover was named Jerome Sprouts.
Oh yeah.
I mean, but like for those who know Bruce and his students, you know, everyone knows that Jesse Glover was his first.
Yes.
So I mean, in that portrayal, it's somewhat true, but you know, not really Jesse Glover.
Yes.
The notable mention was the famous fight with Wong Jack Man.
Yeah.
That wasn't Wong Jack.
That was not. Yeah.
I mean, they later brought out that to light, and I guess with real history to it in Birth of the Dragon.
Yeah.
Right? But in that film, they centered everything around the famous fight.
Yeah. There's pictures of Wong Jack out there, and none of those portrayals look like Wong Jack.
In this movie, no,
Yeah,
with the long hair and just really like arrogant, rough, no, that wasn't Wong Jack. I mean, we don't know Wong Jack Man, but we know people that do know him, but they say that wasn't him.
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe for story's sake, you just gotta have the bad guy look, and then at the martial arts tournament exhibition, you know, when they fought in the ring, like, I beat him once, I'll beat him again, you know, that whole scene. And then they also mentioned him, you know, breaking his back, which was not true either, as far as like Wong Jack breaking his back. Like, no, Bruce Lee actually hurt his back weight training.
Lifting weights.
Yeah, doing
good mornings. Yeah,
that's a messed up exercise, dude.
Like in the morning. Yeah.
No,
trying to stand up like 90 degrees, trying to lift to 100 plus.
Man, I don't know how's that a standard workout, dude. That's like
he just slipped the disc and it popped.
Man. Supposedly Bruce Lee used steroids. That's why he has like accusation out there that's why his body is so ripped.
Yeah. Just to keep his spine in place.
He had to finish
the pain. Yeah.
And he had to finish the movies.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, if he didn't finish the movies, he couldn't get paid.
Yeah, no Enter the Dragon.
Exactly, dude.
Yeah.
Kind of just shows what an action star has to endure. For someone like Bruce Lee, and when he did enter the Dragon, you know, where that last fight scenes with Samo, you know, he looked like he lost a little bit more weight. You know, like he looked a little too skinny.
Yeah.
You know, but he looked ripped. You know?
Like all he seen was just the meat.
Yeah.
Like no body fat. Like damn.
Right. That looked too unnatural.
See, if Bruce didn't work out and it was just all no fat, he wouldn't look right. But like damn, I mean, he lost a lot of weight, but he looked malnourished. But then Bruce worked out, so he looked ripped.
Yeah, and that's all pure, like no body fat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, he got turned down a blockbuster movie. His first American crossover or headlining.
The opportunity like that, he couldn't do that.
Yeah, being another timeline movie of Bruce, you don't see like every movie he's done.
Yeah.
It's like you don't see his Way of the Dragon, you don't see his Chinese Connection, but you see people who were in his lives that were part of his journey.
Yeah, like another one, for the Big Boss movie, the director Lo Wei, supposedly there was disputes between them two as far as creative differences.
I mean, they were still friends and they were able to do Chinese Connection.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Which Jackie was in.
Yeah, too. Yeah, for real.
Yeah, they really touched upon like Bruce's like behind the scenes Bruce, like the man Bruce, the human being Bruce. How Bruce wanted to be known as a human being.
Yeah, and I'm kind of surprised that, you know, they went with the supernatural aspect of it. Being the demon and the dad mentioning the demons or the devil going after the firstborn son or something like that. But Bruce had an older brother who passed away first, but then he still has other brothers and siblings.
Yeah.
And it's like, again, we don't know like full on Bruce. I mean, we just know what we know as far as like documentaries and
being fans and enthusiasts. I mean, yeah, you can check out other documentaries out there. I mean, that's how we got some of our info.
Yeah.
You know, but someone who portrayed 18-year-old, 19-year-old still into the same element into the dragon, right? The opening scene against the sailor in the movie. He was supposed to be like 18, 19 before he got shipped off to America.
Right, right.
So in the movie, in the opening scene, he's supposed to be 17, 18. Like, damn, and then you get the same into the dragon.
Yeah.
Just minus the glasses.
Right. I mean, you gotta give it up to him that, you know, he had to work out for his body to look like Bruce and to actually, you know, work out.
Yeah, Jungle Book, man.
Yeah, it released the following year.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, from being in Back to the Future too.
Oh, you need more power.
Right?
Yeah, that's cool.
From being a side character to being a lead star in American film under Universal. I'm surprised, like, even that, like, knowing Warner Brothers was behind Enter the Dragon.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't want to fund this movie. But,
Yeah, he was also in Universal Soldier.
oh, that's right. That's right.
So it's fitting that Universal distributed the dragon.
Give credit where it's due, you know. It's like he did his best to portray a legend, you know.
It's just curious, like, why the 90s they decided to put this out. Maybe it was the height of Brandon Lee coming out.
Or just the height of martial arts movies again.
Martial arts movie, yeah.
Yeah, like
And
it's
just to remind them, like, it's the guy that started it all.
that pendulum swing of just action movies. You know, open the floodgates for all martial art movies.
Yeah.
90s all action movies.
Hell yeah. A lot of
Martial arts, dude.
pyrotechnics. You know, maybe a future episode, Birth of a Dragon.
You know, overall, if I was gonna rate this movie out of 5, honestly, a 3 out of 5, because I think they could have been a little bit more accurate and maybe added a little bit more like actual stars and the impact that Bruce had amongst other people.
True.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you definitely see her training with Bruce.
Yeah.
I mean, you can give credit to her. She's the only woman that I know that can
Yeah.
take Bruce Lee's kicks.
Yeah.
But, you know, you see her training with, you know, I can only assume it's like Danny Inosanto.
Yeah,
you know.
Kareem and all them. All those other martial artists. Steve McQueen, James Coburn.
Yeah, James
Coburn, yeah.
Especially for Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, like, you can all hanging out in Bruce's like, backyard
Yeah.
training. How come you didn't see footage of that?
Yeah.
You know?
It was like an hour and a half, huh?
Yeah.
It's like they really just cut highlights. Like you didn't see no John Saxon, no like no Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no Uncle Dan, Dan Inosanto.
Yeah.
It's like the other movie on Netflix, if you guys have seen it, Legend of Bruce Lee, was like very detailed.
There's more detail of him in Ip Man.
Yeah, how he really broke his back, like weightlifting. They showed that there.
Yeah. It's on Netflix, and if you guys got an account, yeah, check it out.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if it's on any other streaming platforms, but, you know, Legend of Bruce Lee.
Yeah, and it's the actor that was in Ip Man 4 that portrayed Bruce Lee.
And he's also in...
Shaolin Soccer, Kung Fu Hustle as the act gang member.
Yep.
Leader.
Right? He had the goatee on.
Yeah.
But overall, I mean, I still enjoyed it just because, you know, as a Bruce Lee fan, same as for everybody in the world, you know, how impactful that this human being was. And
He wanted to bridge cultures
yeah,
together.
totally.
He wanted to show the beauty of Asian culture.
Mm-hmm.
Martial arts, whatever have you, food, whatever.
He didn't want to show the stereotypes of Asians, and, you know, he wanted to show that there was more to it than what was being portrayed.
And he did get that treatment, like coming up in Hollywood,
Mm-hmm.
the segregation and the racism, and you know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
I mean, gratefully for him, he found Linda, right?
Mm.
Right, like, was it him that inspired I Love Lucy?
Wow.
Right, interracial couple on TV during those times, 60s, 70s, you know what I mean? Before the Jeffersons, you know? Like, what other interracial couple that are trending? Bruce Lee and Linda. I don't know, maybe. Maybe I'm just going off of how Bruce Lee changed TV and movies, that
Okay.
documentary.
What about Barney and Betty?
Barney and Betty. Well, oh, yeah, the Rebels?
Yeah, no. Barney and Betty, the ones who got abducted by the aliens.
Oh, yeah, but, you know, I'm just saying, like, you know,
They're
like
famous.
Hollywood.
They're famous and they're interracial couple. But yeah, comment below if you know about that alien abduction.
My rating, yeah, 3, same. You see the highlights, you know, like I said, some of the people that were in Bruce's life, in his journey. You don't see all of them.
Ooh, but the more important one was Ip Man.
Yes, yes. They
That
showed Ip Man.
I think that was probably the most accurate part within the film.
Yeah.
The biggest one.
That was true.
Yeah, I think that was cool that we got to see that on film. Like,
Yeah. As an opening scene and later on in the movie.
yeah, dude.
I think the one which later on in the movie is like dead on.
Or he looked a little older, right?
Yeah.
He aged the way he did.
After he like started doing movies,
Mm-hmm.
like that was like ooh,
It's pretty cool.
that's probably like the best. Wow, Yip Man.
I agree.
Before the Yip Man franchise.
With Donnie Yen.
Yeah.
But I mean, shoot, even with after Donnie Yen, there's other actors that portrayed Ip Man.
Yeah. In this movie, they didn't show like Bruce's death or like funeral or anything. Linda just monologued it. Is that right? We just
Yeah.
talked about it and then
Man, I feel like they saved that for Game of Death, though.
Yeah.
You know how they used that footage in that movie.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, that kind of seemed kind of morbid.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, for Warner Bros. To do that.
yeah.
People have their own taste, I guess.
I like that the scene where he fights the demon after what his dad died.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
cool. I like that too.
They showed his nunchuck skills.
Yeah.
I was like, ooh, it's cool, it's raining and it's nunchucks.
Mm.
And then Brandon was there, little Brandon.
Just to finish off that supernatural narrative.
Yeah, and that myth and
Yeah.
that lore, yeah.
Mhm.
Which is, yeah, it's pretty cool.
For story's sake, you know, it was still cool.
The scenes are always fun to watch, the fight scenes, inspiring to learn martial arts and just,
And this movie was part of the 5 for 5 deal.
yeah. Yes, 555. 5 days, 5 movies for $5.
Mission Video, y'all. Mission in Geneva, San Francisco, California.
No
Who
longer
knows?
there, but thank you.
Who knows about it? This movie was so inspiring, it led to a video game for the Sega Genesis. Yeah,
Yeah.
by the company Acclaim, a company ahead of its time because they were doing like wrestling games
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I believe it was.
Turtles. They did a turtle game.
Oh yeah, and like yeah, their gameplay platform was like really fluid and you know check it out. Some gameplays on YouTube, but yeah, I didn't even know like
Yeah.
it was a video game. And that makes me wanna.
Had some
Like
cool
that.
moves, you know. It doesn't look too choppy.
No, and it actually has some voiceovers from Bruce. You know?
And production stills.
Yeah, dude.
Totally. Like, wow, they would put that still in there? Like, whoa. Vintage game night, yo. For your Sega Genesis.
So yeah, y'all. I mean, if you guys didn't know that Dragon existed or didn't know about this version of, you know, Bruce Lee's story, hey, you know, now you can watch it for yourselves and value it how you want to see it. And yeah, I don't know if it's on any like streaming platforms at the moment. I mean, even though it's under Universal,
Maybe you might buy or rent on YouTube.
yeah, maybe, yeah, for sure, Amazon Prime or whatever.
Yeah.
But if you guys like physical medium, and yeah, definitely look for it. I mean, I don't know if you guys have any used DVD stores, video stores. If you guys still have any of them in your town, in your city, hey, look for it.
Yeah.
You know,
Check it out.
whatever bin you guys find it in.
It might make you a Bruce Lee fan.
Yeah, martial arts fan,
Give me a Linda fan.
right? I mean, her daughter Shannon is continuing Bruce Lee's legacy by, you know, collaborating with other foundations and production companies. She brought to light one of Bruce Lee's creations, The Warrior.
Mhm.
Right?
Yes, for sure.
That was on Cinemax, but now it's currently on Netflix.
Oh,
Yeah, so if you guys didn't know that was Bruce Lee's work, now you know. Go on that Netflix account and binge watch
The Warrior.
right? Bruce Lee's creation, and
For
you know,
sure.
and I think it was pretty cool. You know, it really has some Bruce Lee homages and highlights to Bruce Lee's career and legacy.
For sure.
You know?
I agree.
All right, y'all. We're gonna end this episode with a motivational quote for y'all, and let the value hit you for what it's worth. If you heard this before, by all means, just let this be a self-reflection of where we are today.
The present day.
And this one is by Gautama Buddha, and it states, "The greatest prayer is patience." End quote.
Nice.
Totally goes hand in hand with this movie and the patience that Bruce Lee had to endure, especially his back injury, and just to only imagine you know, the stress that you have to endure, and knowing that you have to rely on your body to perform
To heal and
Right.
perform.
at a high caliber
Yeah,
that,
sure.
that you've put yourself in, and at the height that Bruce Lee put himself at the pedestal, you know, now he had to uphold that. And then if he's injured, he can't.
Yeah,
You know what I
for
mean?
sure. No more movie career, man.
Yeah, so the devastation to feel, like, I can only imagine, and it's like patience, yes, and that's all we all have.
Yeah,
You know, it's
yeah.
really real, and you go ahead and laugh or make fun, but you know, you'll soon to realize, you know, it's all part of it.
Yeah.
You know, we can't have everything too fast. You know, the universe is making room for each and every of us, because the universe knows our story. You know,
Yeah.
or if you want to go with God, God knows our story. But you know, overall, the universe knows.
It'll give it to us when it's our time
Yeah.
to have it.
You know, but we, each of us, got to keep putting into practice to show worth to the universe, to level up.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you're not gonna level up people who's unworthy.
Yeah.
You know, you still got to put in the work, put in the practice, and just continue being you. You know, you do you. I mean, we're not gonna pretend that we know you guys, but you know, all of this is just a self-reflection and relatability, and the human connection that Bruce Lee, you know, exhibited to us all, not just in martial arts, but the human nature that we all share,
Yeah, for sure.
and you know, that we all connect on. You know, it's just not martial arts and fighting, but it's just that spiritual connection,
Right.
right? The human nature, the human connection,
Right.
and
Under the heavens, right?
right, like, yeah, under the heavens, like we all are but one family, but you know, it's just, unfortunately, we're all just
Different,
Yeah, we're all who we are. I mean, if he's able to demonstrate that in the 60s,
Yeah.
no less, and it's like ahead of its time of camaraderie, of unity, of
And mind you, like Bruce, you put out there too that he's not perfect himself. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So we're not praying that he's the best and perfect.
No.
So
No. And
just trying to get along.
and the icon and legend that he is, it's like you just try to set that example,
Yeah.
and
Really push equality. Yeah. No matter what color, race, wherever you're from, you know.
he was willing to teach those who wanted to learn.
Yep.
You know, and that's what we're doing here, as far as the value that we're giving with these quotes, and you know, our relatability.
Life experience. Yeah.
You know, it's just, you know, that human connection that we're just trying to have on this channel, and you know, it's just, again, take the value for what it's worth. And you know, if you guys find value in whatever we say, or you don't even have to listen to us, but you know, just
Take it for what it's worth.
yeah.
And we thank you if you are listening.
And you stayed this long to hear
Yeah.
this all the way to this part.
So
Yeah.
thank you.
Seriously,
The Dragon, Bruce Lee's story,
get it?
is not garbage.
Oh yeah, that's the time we're gonna say, stay creative, keep creating.
Stay independent, have your own voice.
Do your best as a human being to stay motivated and to keep on going.
Kill the negativity, spread the love, y'all.
Do your best to find the patience and continue to have that faith, and the universe knows.
Don't give up, just keep going.
Till next time.
Till next time,
Peace.
peace. James Dean, French fries. Sky's the limit is what they say.